Chapter 11, Sapphire. Yikes! Giggles ducked out of the way as the car behind her exploded. Demon, this is enough. You're going to get innocent people killed. Demon stood atop a large truck as his 10-foot men threw petrol bombs at the 7 heroes. Innocent people are being killed every day due to the negligence of our governments and the law enforcement. Any victims today are just collateral damage, Demon said, watching as the carnage unfolded. Eek! Sir Hyper cried as he grabbed an elderly senator out of the way of a petrol bomb. Watch out, sir. Sir Lionheart looked at his watch. A text message from Lady Silent had appeared. Police are still 20 minutes away. 20 minutes? Sir Lionheart cried. How are we supposed to even survive 20 minutes, let alone keep the damage to her? Yikes! He rolled out of the way of another explosion. The news didn't help Sir Dark either, who was trying to keep Lady Luck safe while she bandaged up another female senator who'd been injured. Lady Luck, we don't have time for this. We need to move. Sir Dark growled at her, trying to keep one of the other henchmen at bay. The man laughed at him. You're just a little boy trying to do a man's work, he taunted. Irate, Sir Dark smacked him across the cheekbone with his metal pole. Okay, I'm done. She can't walk, though, Lady Luck told Sir Dark as one of the other henchmen came to the aid of his comrade. I can't keep fighting them off, Sir Dark protested. Meanwhile, Lady Courage was in a bit of hurt herself. Now sporting a pair of purple daggers painted onto her armour, she had just sustained a nasty burn to her hand. We have to go and help Lady Courage, Sir Dark pointed out. But if we leave Senator Lucy out here on her own, she's done for, Lady Luck protested. Lady Courage was still holding her own against the henchmen who had gotten her, but her hand was making it hard. Oh, there's too many of them, groaned Chuckles, swinging wildly with the lion's claw blade. Yeah, and I'm running out of ammo too. Giggles shot another petrol bomb in the sky, exploding it harmlessly. Oh God, we need to get to Demon. We get to him, this ends. I'm going to go try and get him, Chuckles said as Giggles landed behind him. Yeah, like hell you are. You even look like you're thinking of taking him down, and suddenly you've got henchmen to deal with, Giggles pointed out. Well, someone has to take him out, Chuckles protested. Well, who? Demon chuckled at this little exchange between the two heroes. They were stuffed. Suddenly there was a loud clattering behind him. He spun around just in time to dodge a blue ninja wearing a blade along each arm. Oh no, Grandpa! Chuckles groaned while Giggles proceeded to chuck a temper tantrum. Stupid! Who are you? You're not a knight. Demon glared at the blue ninja. My name is Sapphire. The ninja lifted his arm, pointing one of the blades at Demon's throat. And now you die. Demon gulped as Sapphire struck. Fortunately for him, a Giggles bullet landed at the feet of the ninja, sending him jumping back. What is your problem, Giggles? Sapphire roared furiously. We do not kill, Giggles growled. 3 of the henchmen had come up to Demon's aid, allowing Chuckles and the knights to get the upper hand against those who were left. Sapphire knocked 2 of the henchmen away, going for Demon. Giggles took on the last one, finally subduing him with some rope. Demon, who had composed himself, fought against Sapphire. He was barely holding his own. Chuckles, who's that? Sir Hyper asked quietly after the rest of the henchmen had been taken care of. My grandfather. Those are his arm scythes. Chuckles sighed in frustration. He ran over and climbed up the side of the truck to help Sapphire. This is too easy. You're pathetic, Demon, Sapphire gloated. The only reason you're still alive is because the others are too weak to end your pathetic life. He stood over Demon, who had fallen and who was now at the mercy of Sapphire again. Sapphire again aimed one of his scythes at Demon. Suddenly pain ripped through his hips and lower back. Oh, not now, Sapphire groaned as his legs locked up. Damn his hip complaints. Demon sure saw his chance. He grabbed his boomerang and was about to attack when the lion's claw blade appeared in front of him. One look at Chuckles and Demon slipped off the roof of the truck, knowing he stood no chance against the combined might of Chuckles and Giggles. His henchmen had slowly made their way back to the truck, and now the group made their escape. Chuckles quickly left off the moving truck, while Giggles saved Sapphire from a certain fall. See you guys back at HQ. Giggles placed Sapphire down on the ground before heading off. Oh, Sir Dark groaned, pulling his sore body off the ground where he'd been resting. The group scattered and made their way back to the tip. Just then the police arrived. Timing! Sapphire groaned. His hips were still sore, but at least he could move. He'd finally gotten to the tip. Now it was just a matter of finding the headquarters of the Knights of the Last Order. Meanwhile, the others had hurried back and heard the story of what had happened at the barbecue earlier that week. So your grandfather thinks he can help us? Sonny asked. Yeah, but as you saw, he really doesn't conform to our ethos, Belle pointed out. Plus his age. If you hadn't stepped in when you did, Charlie, Demon would have killed him, Daniel pointed out. The whole situation stinks. TJ folded his arms. I don't envy you one bit, Charlie. I don't envy me either, Charlie sighed. Tammy put an arm around his shoulders. I wish there was some way we could just convince him to stand down, but I doubt he'd listen to us. Petunia finished tending to Sammy's burnt cheek. Charlie perked up. Hey, maybe we could... 1 use of the improbability clause per day is enough for me. Thank you, Belle said dryly. Charlie laughed. So what are we going to do? Sammy piped up. What are we going to do about what? Another voice popped up. Ah! The 8 friends squealed in fright. Oh, Grandpa, it's just you. Charlie was the first to recover. Sapphire removed his headgear to reveal Charles Howsett. What on earth were you thinking? Belle fumed. I was just going to finish what you started. Charles scowled at the young lady. And I suggest you be more respectful towards your elders. Grandpa, Charlie trailed off. You could have been killed. Not the first time. Charles grinned at his young grandson. Daniel frowned. Well, if you're going to work with us, you need to subscribe to our ethics. You were going to murder Demon, he said. Yes, I was going to end his little reign of terror and make sure no one else got hurt. Charles eyed off the younger man. Well, we can't have that, Daniel replied. Well, you're the leader of the Knights, aren't you, Sir Lionheart? Charles asked. Yes. Daniel looked warily at the old man. And you call yourself a leader, Charles frowned. I have half a mind to take the leadership of the Knights myself. We'd never follow you, Sonny leapt to Daniel's defence. Not ever. Dan is our hero, Sammy jumped up angrily. Dan's the best leader we've got. He's always looked out for us. TJ was angry too. You'd throw your weight behind an inexperienced leader instead of being smart and following me? Charles looked disappointed. I was hoping you guys were intelligent. You are seriously deluded, Belle yelped. We've been doing fine without you. You're old, you're slow, and you're breaking down. Your ideas are so out of touch it's not funny. How dare you? Charles ranted on Belle, who was fuming. Insolent little brat! I'll teach you to speak to your elders that way. Charles lunged at Belle, who easily sidestepped. He attacked again, and Belle sidestepped again. This happened 4 or 5 times until Belle finally took to the sky. Pathetic little coward. Charles shook his head. You children have no idea. You're letting these people get away with horrendous crimes, and they'll keep getting away with it. Last time I checked, both Marion and Revolver were arrested. Both are currently in jail. If they break a law again, they'll get arrested again. They'll learn, Belle said, arms folded. Charlie sat silently. Grandpa, you nearly got yourself killed. If I hadn't stepped in when I did, Demon would have killed you, he said quietly. Only because your best friend stopped me from killing him in the first place, Charles ranted on his grandson. There is a process for punishing wrongdoers, and that process needs to be followed. We're simply here to stop them from hurting others, Belle yelled furiously. The process is flawed, Charles yelled back. Then there is a process to have that fixed, Belle retorted. Tammy looked towards the pair before noticing 2 men walking towards them. She waved. Oh dear. Thomas Begley looked on at the scene he'd just walked into. Charles? Belle? What's going on? Joe asked. None of your business, Joey, Charles scowled. I'll tell you on the way home. Belle landed beside her grandfather. Okay then, little one. Joe put a hand on her head. Get changed and then let's go home. It's going to rain soon. Yes, Pa. Belle skipped off to her hideout to get her civilian attire. Charles glared after her. Back off, Charles, Joe warned. Leave my granddaughter alone. If she gets in my way, she'll get what's coming to her, Charles replied before walking off angrily. Grandpa! Charlie tried to run after him, but was stopped by his father's hand on his shoulder. Leave him be, son, Thomas said softly. You can't help him now. Thanks again for watching this latest chapter of Chuckles and Giggles. Again, apologies for Shani. She's being very, very noisy. Come on. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And be sure to check out www.chucklesandgiggles.com for our Discord server, the comic. And I think we're up to chapter 97 of the blogger story. Have a great day and see you next time.